I mostly read public domain books here on Glenn Reads Books to You, and they were written a long time ago, so they're usually racist or sexist or bigoted. But in there somewhere is a story, and that's why those stories are famous. Other times, I read works from independent authors, and they're delightfully not racist. But they might have adult language or adult situations, like, making sex. So that's your warning. But I'm sure you're grown up enough to handle it. Don't write to me complaining. It fucking takes me forever to get to my chair. Okay, here we go. Oh, for God's sakes, my legs. Oh, son of a... I just sat down. All right, take a seat, you little idiot. I'm not really in the mood to read to you, but welcome to the Glenn Reads Books to You mansion. It's a fun little bit where I pretend to live in a mansion and not just recording in my basement. This is where I read the hottest public domain books and short stories. This week, I'm not reading a public domain book. It's a short story written by AI called Janice Breast and the Sex Book. Oh, you want to learn a little bit about the author? AI? Sure. I stole this mostly from Wikipedia. The author, AI, was born around 3000 BCE and lives to this day. Let's learn some fun facts that I also stole from Wikipedia. The idea of AI has been around since antiquity through stories, myths, and rumors of artificial beings. The idea of intelligent robots or computers had floated around for generations until 1956 when Dartmouth College, I say Dartmouth College, founded an AI research workshop that led to the methodologies and techniques that led to the AI we know of today. Progress had been made through the 80s with funding from various governments until it hit a dry spell in the 90s, where most efforts slowed in what was called an AI winter. In the early 2000s, machine learning was applied to a wide range of problems in academia and industry. The success was due to the availability of powerful computer hardware, the collection of immense data sets, and the application of solid mathematical methods. Soon after, deep learning proved to be a breakthrough technology, eclipsing all other methods. The transformer architecture debuted in 2017 and was used to produce impressive generative AI applications, amongst other case uses. Investment in AI boomed in the 2020s. The recent AI boom, initiated by the development of transformer architecture, led to the rapid scaling and public release of large language models, LLMs, like ChatGPT. These models exhibit human-like traits of knowledge, attention, and creativity and have been ingrained into various sectors against our will, fueling exponential investment in AI. I know, we're all aware of it. However, concerns about the potential risks of the ethical implications of advanced AI have also emerged, prompting debate about the future of AI and its impact on society. I, for one, apparently AI is really good if you use it for like military stuff or just one specific job. Even students, in Google, you can take all these PDFs and throw them into one little AI basket, and it only does its AI based on that. And I guess it's pretty useful. It still fucks up about 60% of the time, but it's like pretty helpful, but not reliable. The AI on your phone, worthless. I can't stand using it, especially now that I got an Apple phone that thinks complete horse shit. So, I'm not really a fan. I guess it's a big deal in other areas, but for us consumers, it's being shoved down our throats, and I hate every minute of it. Not to mention writing books in AI. How soulless is that? Anyways, thank God for the grandfather clock so I can shut up and stop complaining. That's my sign to shut up, go downstairs, and read you this book. All right, I'm coming. My goddamn niece. Oh, by the way, thanks for not helping me walk or get out of my chair upstairs. Okay, I'm all seated. It looks like you're comfortable, so that's good to see. I'll tell you what the prompt is, and we'll try to figure out if it wrote a story that makes any sense with my prompt. This shouldn't take as long as last time, where it took me forever to keep forcing it to make the story longer. I found a website called toolbass.com. And Toolbaz lets you just put all that in there and then tell it how long to be. So here's the prompt. Janice Breast, the new manager for a library nestled in a small town deep in the northern woods, has 2 secrets. She's psychic and uses it every day to help people find the perfect book. And she's obsessed with romance novels. At night, when she's organizing late fees in her darkened library, she shares the building with an old janitor called Mr. Abernathy. Mr. Abernathy can't read. Janice was confused when the previous manager said he hired Abernathy specifically for that reason, because the town knows it would be safer. One night, Janice's psychic gifts led her to a secret book deep in the shelves. The book had the magic ability to make people have powerful orgasms just by reading a few words. Well, it happened to Janice. She wasn't sure of its power, so she spent a year teaching Mr. Abernathy how to read just to try it out on him. When he read it, it turned him into a destructive deity that destroyed the whole world, except Japan last. Okay, so knowing that, let's see how it did. Janice and the Sex Book by AI. The Northwood Library stood sentinel in the sleepy town of Havenwood, its timbers groaning under weight of years and countless stories. Janice Breast, the library's new manager, found a strange solace in its creaky floors and the musty scent of aging paper. Her long, piss-yellow hair, usually pulled back in a severe bun, sometimes escaped to frame a face that held secrets, 2 to be precise. The first was a gift, or perhaps a curse. Janice possessed a subtle psychic ability, a whisper in her mind that guided her to the perfect book for each patron. Oh, it was harmless talent, used for nothing more sinister than matchmaking readers with their literary soulmates. The second secret was a hunger, a forbidden appetite for the lurid tales contained within the romance novels she consumed in private. The torrid passions, the improbable scenarios. They fueled a secret world she dared not share. Every night, as Janice tallied late fees beneath the dim glow of a desk lamp, she shared the library with Mr. Abernathy, the elderly janitor. Now he was quiet, unassuming man, his face etched with the map of a long and likely difficult life. What struck Janet as odd was something the previous manager had mentioned. Mr. Abernathy couldn't read. It seemed a strange handicap for someone working in a library, yet the manager had insisted it was safer that way. The residents of Havenwood clearly agreed, so Janice dropped it. One night, guided by an unfamiliar pull, a tingling in her fingertips, Janice found herself drawn to a forgotten corner of the library, behind a towering shelf dedicated to a local history. She discovered a hidden alcove. Within it, nestled amongst cobwebs and dust, lay a single leather-bound volume with no title. The moment she opened it, a jolt surged through her. The symbols on the page weren't letters in any language she recognized, yet they resonated with primal energy. Curiosity overriding caution, Janice began to decipher the strange script. A single phrase, barely understood, sent a shockwave of pleasure through her body. Oh, an orgasm so intense it left her breathless and trembling. Terrified and exhilarated, Janice slammed the book shut. She knew with certainty that chilled her to the bone that this was no ordinary text. The book held power, a power that could unlock unimaginable sensations. But at what cost? The warning of the previous manager echoed in her ears. Mr. Abernathy couldn't read, and that was safer. Could this book be the reason? Over the next year, Janice wrestled with her discovery. The book remained locked away, a siren calling out her curiosity. She needed to understand its power, to control it, but she couldn't risk using it on herself again. The experience had been too overwhelming, too dangerous. An idea, insidious and terrifying, began to take root in her mind. Mr. Abernathy. Oh, he was harmless, unassuming, a blank slate. If anyone could serve as a test subject, it was him. The guilt gnawed at her, but the lure of understanding the book's power was too strong to resist. So she began to teach him to read. Slowly, painstakingly, Janice guided Mr. Abernathy through the alphabet, the phonics, the simple sentences. He was a slow learner, his mind clouded by years of shame, the ingrained belief that he was incapable. But Janice was patient, relentless. She told herself there was an act of charity, a kindness to a man who had been denied the simple pleasure of reading. But in the darkest corners of her mind, she knew the truth. She was using him. As Mr. Abernathy's reading skills improved, Janice felt a growing unease. The library seemed to hum with a strange energy, the scent of old paper replaced by metallic tank. She even started having dreams of destruction, of the world dissolving into chaos around her. Still, she pressed on. Finally, the day arrived. Mr. Abernathy could read. Oh, he stumbled over a few words, his brow furrowed in concentration, but he could decipher them. Janice, her hands clammy, presented him with the forbidden book. "Read this, Mr. Abernathy," she said, her voice barely a whisper, just one phrase. Well, he looked at her, his eyes filled with a mixture of trust and apprehension. He took the book, his gnarled fingers trembling, and began to read. The moment the words left his lips, the library erupted. Oh, the shelves swayed violently, books tumbling to the floor in a chaotic cascade. The lights flickered and died, plunging the room into darkness. A guttural roar echoed through the building, a sound that seemed to emanate from the very foundations of the earth. Janice screamed. She knew with sickening certainty that she had made a terrible mistake. When the lights flickered back on, Mr. Abernathy was gone. In his place stood a figure of immense power, a being of pure energy barely contained within a human form. His eyes glowed with an unholy light, and his voice, when he spoke, was the sound of cities crumbling. "Thank you, Janice," he said, his words laced with a terrifying gratitude. "You have awakened me." Janice scrambled backward, desperate to escape, but it was too late. The being raised a hand, and the library dissolved around her, the books turning to dust, the timbers splintering into nothingness. Well, the destruction didn't stop there. It spread outwards, engulfing Havenwood in a wave of fire and chaos. The small town, once a haven of tranquility, became a smoking ruin. Across the globe, tectonic plates shifted, volcanoes erupted, and tsunamis surged, wiping out coastal cities. The world was being reshaped according to the whims of the awakened deity, a being whose hunger for destruction was insatiable. Months later, Japan stood as the last bastion of civilization, a fragile island nation surrounded by a sea of devastation. The remnants of humanity huddled together, praying for a miracle that would never come. Somewhere amidst the ruins of Havenwood, Janice's spirit drifted, a silent witness to the apocalypse she had unleashed. She had sought to understand the power of the book, to control it. Instead, she had become the instrument of its unimaginable destruction. Her secrets, her desires, her psychic abilities were all meaningless now. The world was gone, consumed by the very power she had craved to understand. All that remained was the echo of a guttural roar and that chilling realization that some secrets are best left buried. Some doors are best left unopened, and some books are best left unread. The true horror wasn't the loss of the world, but the knowledge that she, Janice Breast, with her piss yellow hair and her secret desires, had been the one to destroy it. Well, okay, I'm not going to be reading any book reviews from Penguin Random House Books because I'm done with that bit. I'm moving on. So why don't we go downstairs to the smoking room and review what the hell we just read? Oh, God, it's like there's glass under my kneecaps. This is hell on earth. Okay. Thanks again for not helping, you little pile of shit. I made it, though, even though I'm crippled. Oh, God damn those birds. If only I had the legs to stand up and strangle their tiny little throats. Let's review what we just read. There's not much to review because I'm the one that kind of wrote it. I have to say it did a good job following the prompts. The piss yellow hair was a surprise. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it to also round up at the end all the stuff I said. Like the piss yellow hair, the secret abilities, and the secret smut. Okay, there you go. It wrote the story. Boy, AI is not that much fun. I thought it'd be fun. I don't want to sit and dig for another story. And so I just I'll just write something stupid and then have AI do the writing. And it turned out to be not that much fun. Kind of dumb and kind of boring. I got to figure out a new bit. Well, with that, thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week. Well, it appears you found me in the part of the podcast I hate the most, where I tell you all about the places on the internet where you can find me. You can tell I hate this because of the sound effects making it sound like a stormy night in the drawing room of the damned. Now, are you cool? I like cool people. It's the reason why I got involved in this business to begin with, just to meet cool people, not losers. So if you're cool, feel free to go over to my website, nuzzlehouse.com. But if you go there, you get to hear some of the other stuff that I and my wife work on, like the Radio Mystery Theater show, where we try to recreate the same show that used to be on in the 70s, but they don't make any episodes anymore. So we make our own, and we just steal all their commercials. And also, just in the curious mind, we made a Christmas album. If you go to our link tree, you can see that we made a Christmas album. It's the first thing we did after getting married, which I think everyone should do when they get married, is start talking about the Christmas album they're going to make. And since I think you might be cool, you can always just email me directly. glenn.nuzzles@gmail.com. But don't email if you're a nerdlinger or a dork. Now, back to business. I can't believe I drank all of them already. There's got to be one left.